So if you're considering a move here to Airdrie, Alberta, or to Alberta to the Airdrie, Calgary area, you're going to be wanting to know where is the best area for you and your family to find your next home, your Alberta home. So today we are touring 3 very popular South Airdrie neighborhoods. We're going to be going over the type of homes there, what's the commute situation like, what are the amenities in the neighborhood, schools, things that you're going to want to know before you make a decision to move here to Airdrie, Alberta. My name is Glenn Heslop, your local Harley riding realtor. I've been around this area for a very long time, for decades and decades. I was a home builder in the area, know about every nook and cranny, so I'm your tour guide for everything Airdrie, Alberta. Come along, let's go for a drive. South Point is one of Airdrie's newer south communities. Modern homes, big parks, basically built for commuters. If you work in Calgary, this neighborhood is basically a I want my evenings back decision. And the big headline is the 40th Avenue interchange onto the QE2 South basically gets rid of this, why am I sitting at this stoplight feeling every morning. Hey, if your commute has been stealing your joy, this neighborhood is where you get it back. Okay, first up are the laned homes. The garages are in the rear, and the front has more of a charming look with a front porch, nice and clean. Less driveway, more aesthetic. Price-wise, we're seeing these in the high 500s, low 600s, depending on the size and amenities. And it's kind of a sweet spot if you don't need a mansion to store all your Costco habit stuff. So, laned homes, where the garage is not the star of the show. Now, these freehold townhomes, they've been a real crowd pleaser here in Airdrie. They'd be very popular. These ones are often selling in the mid to high 400,000s, but can go a little bit higher. And one of the reasons people like them is they're a little easier on the monthly budget without the condo fees, and you don't have the condo board telling you what color of beige you have to paint your front door. Now, remember, not being a condo, that you're responsible for your own maintenance, so you're in control, but you are also the maintenance department. So, freehold townhome, less committee meeting, and more I'm the boss of my own home. Okay, next up in the back of the neighborhood is that classic family home with a double attached front drive garage. And these have been recently selling in the high 600,000s to low 700,000s. Few lots left, so it's still possible to build a new one. So if the laned homes were the smart value, these are the full-size SUV with all the options. So these ones tend to be a little bit bigger and a little bit more dressed up and a little more expensive, but pretty affordable compared to lots of places you guys might be coming from. Now check out the South Point Green Playground. It's amazing. There's a hill for tobogganing, there's basketball courts, barbecue area, play structure, like the picnic shelter, and I don't even remember what else is there. There's a lot of stuff going on in this park. Super nice park to have right in your neighborhood. Great place for kids to go burn energy and parents to regain a little sanity. Now, South Point also has a really good selection of condominium style townhomes. And condo fees here are reasonable in the $250 to maybe $320 a month range. So with these ones, the Condo Corp handles all of the exterior maintenance, cutting the lawn, shoveling the snow, all of that. They even save for the future replacement of roof and siding in most cases. So you basically pay your monthly fee and get your weekends back. These can be a pretty affordable entry into the market too. Hey, quick bonus, there is an off-leash dog park right here in the neighborhood as well. Hey, dogs deserve nice things too. Okay, schools for your kids. So Northcott Prairie School is right in the neighborhood, and this one's a kindergarten through grade 9 school. And just about a minute outside the neighborhood is a similar Catholic school for those of you that want to be part of the Catholic board. For high school, the high schools are about 5-minute drive away, so still really close. Okay, here is South Point on Airdrie's south side, and the big feature of this neighborhood is its direct connection to the 40th Avenue interchange to the QE2 into Calgary. This is the commuter's cheat code. So from here, it is a short 9-minute drive from here down to the large Cross Iron Mills Mall project, and more importantly, Costco. It is about a 13-minute drive to the Calgary International Airport. One of the reasons seemingly about half the airport staff live here in Airdrie. And it's a 21-minute drive right to from here at South Point to downtown Calgary. This, of course, depends on traffic and the time of day that you'll be commuting. So the translation is fewer of those errands will turn into a half-a-day task. Okay, if you're not going to be commuting by car, Airdrie's South Transit Terminal is super close to the neighborhood right over here. And from here, the Intercity Express bus There's a couple routes that go into the city of Calgary, and one goes directly downtown Calgary, and the other goes to the Crossarm Mills Mall, and then to the Northeast Calgary where it connects with the Calgary commuter train, the C train. So whether you drive or bus, South Point is positioned for Calgary commuters. So that's South Point. We got newer homes, great commute, great parks, new school. What's not to like? Great neighborhood. Okay, let's go take a look at the next neighborhood. Some of the earliest homes in here were built about 2011, and the last ones completed were about 2021. A quick school note, Hillcrest shares the Northcott Prairie School with South Point. The school sits kind of right between the two neighborhoods. Really nice to have a walkable school right there in the neighborhood. Now, most of what you're seeing in the neighborhood are front drive attached homes and a little bit larger. It's a little bit of a higher end vibe here. On the more modest side, we've seen some of these homes sell in the last year for just under $600,000 and ranging up into the $700s. And a little bit more on the executive side, they can be the $800,000 to $900,000 range. Now, there's actually quite a lot of townhomes here in Hillcrest, and all of these are freehold, no condo fees. And in the past year, we've seen these sell from the high 300s to the mid 500s. So there's quite a range. So that's no condo fees, no condo board, but you take care of everything. And these are the 3-story type, single garage on the main floor, living room, dining room, kitchen on the second floor, and bedrooms on the third. These have been really popular and quite affordable. A nice thing about Hillcrest is if you get used to the neighborhood and you'll like it, you can start with one of the entry-level townhomes. And next thing you know, 10, 15 years down the road, you're living at the top of the hill in one of these mansions. Awesome. So Hillcrest has some bigger detached home options, but a broad range, and still has a great commute into the city. Good choice, Hillcrest, South Airdrie. Okay, the next area. Now, before we get into the houses and the details of the area, Chinook Winds Regional Park is a reason all in itself to choose this neighborhood. It's huge. There's lots going on. Okay, what is this area? So we have Windsong, South Windsong, and South Winds. Maybe it's an Airdrie thing, but it's basically one big area with 3 different names. Really, when you're driving around, it just feels like one big connected pocket. It is a bigger area. It's actually bigger than our first 2 neighborhoods put together. Now this area kind of has it all. So we're going to get into all the details about the schools, the commute, the parks. Okay, so this area was developed by one builder and developer. So one company did the land development and then built all the homes. And that's Mattamy Homes. And I think started here about 2010, 2011, and they're just building out the last area right now in South Winds. Okay, now Chinook Winds Regional Park, we're going to get into that in just a little bit more detail. It's right against the northwest part of the neighborhood. And you'll see here there are the ball diamonds. And then over on the end of this park is quite an active skate park. This has been around for quite a long time in Airdrie, and it attracts lots of kids. And just to go burn off some of that energy with bicycles and skateboards and scooters. And then right next to that is the splash park. So the parents will sit down in the shade and relax and chat, and the kids to go run and be silly and run off some energy in the splash park, and that's really cool. Just a really nice amenity to have here in the neighborhood. Okay, let's get into the kind of housing that's available here. Again, some of the earliest houses are about 2010, 2011. And there's a fair number of different sizes and types. So I have a really broad range of budgets from the very entry level to the kind of a move-up house and something that's pretty good size and pretty spectacular. Okay, so let's start at the entry level. The entry level, there's a really unique type of home that's here. It's a townhomes with no condo fees. In fact, I believe none of the townhomes in the entire neighborhood have any condo fees. So the entry level ones will start in the high 300,000s. Yeah, that's a little bit over an apartment price. And these start usually at 2-bedroom townhomes. They're a 3-story with the entrance and the garage on the main floor, a single garage, and living room, dining room, kitchen on the second floor, and then the 2 bedrooms up. And then they graduate to 3 bedrooms up, and then some of the larger ones, corner units, will have an additional office on the main floor as well. So those are the entry levels. They tend to be high 3s to mid 4s. And then we can move up to, there's a different style where we have double attached rear garages in a townhome, still no condo fees, and these open onto a paved alley. That's pretty nice. Some of them have a balcony on the second floor, and some of the end units allow a bit of a yard on the side. some of them will have a larger side yard that has the potential to be fenced. And so those can range up into probably the low 4s up into the high 5s, depending on the size. And some of them actually get pretty big. And then we get into single family detached homes, and most of these have a attached front drive garage. Some of them a single garage and more of the modest examples, but most of them a double attached front garage. Now this builder had a lot of variety as far as the finish levels. So families in this neighborhood can start with an entry-level home and then just keep upgrading to like a bigger townhome, and then a small detached home, and then end up with a larger detached home, and then actually never leave the neighborhood. Okay, if you've got kids, schools is a big topic for you. You'll be interested in this next section. Okay, we have a K-9 school, Winsong Heights School. It's actually very new. It was built later in the development of this neighborhood, so it's a very, very new school, kindergarten through grade 9. And there's a second school in the southern part of the neighborhood, also kindergarten through grade 9, that should be coming online in 2027, so pretty soon now. Okay, so those of you that have high school kids, I'm very sorry. It's a tough stage, right? We had 7 of them, so we understand. So their W.H. Croxford School is just north of the neighborhood, and for many of the kids in this neighborhood, it's a walkable school for them. And in the south end of the neighborhood, we don't have a high school yet, but 2029, there is one coming online for 2029, and it's about to start construction very soon. Now, school boundaries change all the time, so check the school boundaries for Rocky View Schools or the Catholic School Division. The Catholic High School is actually very close as well. There's a K-9 school just east of the neighborhood, and then a Catholic High School as well. It's probably a drive instead of a walk, or take the bus, but it's actually very close as well. Yeah, lots of new school construction here, lots going on. This is a fast-growing town. Lots of people moving here. And when I moved here like 27 years ago, it was 18,000 people, and now we're pushing 100. So, everything here is new. Okay, shopping convenience. So there's 2 things. There's the Cooper's Crossing right in the corner. It's right across the 8th Street from this neighborhood. There's a Save On Foods, McDonald's, Dairy Queen, whole bunch of stores, craft brewery, bank, or credit union, craft pizza place. So that's all really, really, really close to the neighborhood. Down 40th, just east, about 4 minutes from the neighborhood, you'll find a large area with a Home Depot and Walmart and just a ton of different things there. A huge amount of shopping. We can get barbecue, we can get all kinds of food there. Sounds great, right? But what's the commute like? So these 3 neighborhoods actually have a very similar commute because they're one beside the other. But our neighborhood is right in here in Airdrie, in the South Airdrie. And so our choice is either going east towards on the 40th towards the QE2 highway, and then south towards Calgary, or we go south on 8th Street, and then we go east at Balzac, and we join the QE2 there at Balzac. So that's pretty simple, and it'll just kind of depend on which end of the neighborhood you're closest to. These are 2 very, very similar commutes as for time, and it'll just be see which one's closest. Okay, so this area, if you have kids, schools are important, parks, you want to be able to get to Calgary without losing your mind. Also be able to head west towards jump on the Harley, head west towards the mountains for a cruise. And to be fairly convenient. Keep this neighborhood on your list. This is definitely a possibility. Lots of housing options, lots of amenities. This is a great neighborhood. So if you're considering upgrading your hometown here to Alberta, Airdrie, Calgary, or some of the towns around us, reach out. My name is Glenn Heslop, eXp Realty, and I love helping people find their new perfect home here in Alberta. I've lived here almost my entire life. Took a little bit of time to go live in the Caribbean on a sailboat, but that's another story. And I know this place. I'd be happy to talk through your options about moving here to Airdrie, Alberta, answer your questions, and talk through the things you need to know and making a decision whether this is a good fit for you. If you're not ready to make the commitment to explore moving to Airdrie, Alberta yet, watch one of these videos. I bet they'll convince you. All right, see you on the next video.